Hello, second graders. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, and it is week 3, day 2 in our instructional packets. So let's get started on our learning targets, and then we'll go through some tricky spots in our worksheets for today. And I hope you get some time to go outside and enjoy this nice day. All right, here we go. So our reading and our writing learning targets are going to be the same all week. So for reading, we are doing the same. I can use what I know about spelling patterns to read and write. And for writing, we are working on poetry. All right, so for math, our learning targets are going to be the same all week as well. And they are fluently adding and subtracting within 20. And also I can understand hundreds, tens, and ones. All right, so let's get started on the worksheets. Okay, so your first reading worksheet is a spelling sort. So you look at the word, look at the spelling pattern that is within that word, and decide where that word is going to go. Is it going to go into the OU section, the OW section, or maybe it's not going to fit in one of these two, so you need to put it down here in the other spelling patterns. And the next page is going to be spelling sentences. So all you have to do, the directions are at the top, is pick 5 of these spelling words and then write a sentence using that spelling word. So if I would choose the word cloud, then maybe I could write the sentence, I saw a beautiful cloud while I was outside today. That would be a long sentence, but you decide what kind of sentence you want to write. Okay, those are reading worksheets. All right, for writing, you are reading this poem, Dear Son. It's right here. Okay, so read that poem and then go through this lesson plan. If we go to the day 2 lesson plan right here on that page, that's what it looks like. It says this. So comprehension, you read the poem, and if you were going to write a poem to the sun, what would you write? And ask questions or answer questions like, how does this person feel about the sun? Why can't we see the sun sometimes? And then I want you to come up with, or maybe your parents or your family come up with their own questions that begin with words like how, why, when, where, and what. So the vocabulary section, the next section down, vocabulary section says read the poem again and focus on the word behind. So say to your family or ask someone this question, show me where someone would be if they were behind you. And then what word is the opposite of behind? All right, and then the reading with fluency section, that next section down next to the bottom on that page, is reading with fluency. So you put a circle around a period, comma, and illustrative text, smiling, frozen, and ask students what these are for. And now you're going to read the poem out loud again, making sure that you use that punctuation to help you be expressive. Okay, and then on the next page for the lesson plan, it says reinforcing phonics and phonemic awareness. So read the poem again and then listen to all the sounds that end the same. Okay, and what you're focusing on is the long E sound. So what other words in the poem have the long E sound as an ending, like in the word see and me? And make a list and underline any of the long E sounds and discuss whether the sound is at the beginning of the word, middle of the word, or end of the word. All right, and then the last section for your lesson plan on day 2, is creating. So for this day, read the poem out loud and you can clap the rhythm, make a tune or a rap for the poem, that might be fun, or move around, make a dance that matches the actions, that might be a good idea. Okay, you could also illustrate the poem, that might be fun, drawing a picture that matches the poem would be great. All right, now let's get into our trickier math worksheets for today. So my tips on the math worksheets is reading the poem and visualizing it. These problems are when we have a blank in the equation. So 9 plus blank equals 13. We need to think, what number plus the missing number equals the whole number, the number that we end. So it's like part, whole. So let's do one together to kind of give an example of how to work through these trickier ones. All right, ready? Okay, so number 1 says, Haley buys 9 potatoes. 4 potatoes are white. The rest are red. How many red potatoes are there? So for this one, closing your eyes, maybe making the, to visualize the story problem, or maybe making your story problem just a little bit different by changing things, like instead of buying potatoes, maybe they bought pieces of candy, or maybe they buy a toy that you like, and changing the name in the story problem can also help visualize and make sense of it. But we need to really visualize, if we saw 9 potatoes on a table, if you could picture 9 potatoes on a table, and 4 of them, picture in your mind, are white. And then now in your mind, picture the rest of them red. What equation would we make for that? Well, we know that there's 4 white potatoes, plus we don't know how many red potatoes, and it equals, or the whole table has 9 potatoes on it, so it would equal 9. So our equation would read 4 plus blank equals 9. Does that make sense? So I would use a picture or counters if you need to use a manipulatives. Maybe beans or coins would be a very good tool for these trickier story problems. But just work carefully through them. And if you're not sure on your answer or your work, you can always have someone, the person who is watching you, or your parent or a sibling, double check your work for you. And always, always don't be afraid to ask me for help, reach out for help from me. So really, that style of story problem is 3 pages worth. This is a very tricky skill, so that's why we wanted extra practice on this one. So as you can see, you'll get lots of practice doing the change unknown style of story problem. Okay. All right, so just keeping in mind that tomorrow is going to be our next Zoom meeting at 10 a.m. and it's going to be the show and tell theme. So I hope you guys are going to have fun looking for and thinking about what your show and tell item will be. And I'm also going to have a show and tell thing for you guys to share with you. So I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. I hope you all can make it. All right, get outside and enjoy this nice day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.